What up, Alpha Team? It's DJ AlphaTyler back again with another Wildcard Wednesday reaction. This one right here, though, patron requested. Y'all have heard of him before. This one was requested by my patron StankDope, and we going back to La Dispute, and I am happy to go back there. So far, I've checked out 2 tracks from La Dispute. I haven't been disappointed a single time. I don't think you guys have either. I'm excited to get into this next one right here, which is called King Park. Now, from what we've heard from La Dispute in the past, we know they are a fantastic group at telling stories. We know that the instrumentals support those stories perfectly. I don't know what's coming out of this one. He didn't give me a heads up on what to expect from it, but I know we're gonna get a story. It's gonna have depth, and I'm excited to see where we go with that. We're gonna go ahead and jump into it. I do want to say a couple of things. Number one, if y'all enjoy the content on this channel, especially if you've been back 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, make this the day. Join the Alpha Team by hitting that subscribe button down below. Get on the notification squad by dinging the notification bell so that y'all can know every time I drop some new content. And you know what, since this is a patron sponsored video, if y'all want to financially support the channel, if y'all like it that much, want access to some exclusive perks, want to be able to pick songs a little bit quicker rather than me throwing them on a list and getting them around to whenever I can, y'all can hit up my Patreon as well. That is linked in the About section on my YouTube page. For now, let's go check out what StankDope suggested right here with La Dispute. The track is called King Park. Y'all know I'm ready for it. You're ready for it. Let's get it. Okay. We've got, okay. So right here we're talking about a shooting. So let's go back. We got this bus stop, Fuller and Franklin. Is Park, King Park, is this shoot? Let's go on. Ooh, okay. We got a stray bullet going and hitting a kid at a bus stop. All right. See, and that's what I mean about the instrumentals just being that perfect accompaniment to the storytelling that the vocalist is doing with La Dispute. Because we're hearing this story play out, you know, we're talking about a kid getting shot, now he's going back, he's rewinding it. And it's chaotic while we're talking about what's going down, what happened. And it's a chaotic situation. Bullet flies, you know, you can only imagine the people that were around, going, running, screaming, you know, ducking down for cover and hiding and all that. But then we fast forward, he's talking about slowing down, you know, going back through time, checking out what happened before, and now we get this change of pace on the instrumentals. They change while he's making that segue, and now we're getting where I paused it, this little kind of, you know, kind of like drawn out, slower pace, and we're going to focus on the story for a little bit. There's a twist. Okay, so we're talking about carrying on that memory now. We're talking about capturing the story, writing it down, making sure we don't ever forget, because if I can see it, it's going to be burned into my head.
So I can always remember if you can see it up close. How could you ever forget how senseless death, how precious life? I want to be there when the bullet hit.
Ooh, we've got an even slower one. This is like that surreal moment. I guess this is building up to...
And the crowd poured out as the shots dropped into siren sounds out of their houses now and over front yards, all the way up to the place where the police tape ran to mark the crime scene. Everybody tried to catch a glimpse of what was happening, of what was going on between the ambulance and all the cop cars. Everybody gossiping. Whose kid got hit? Where did it hit him? And who could have fired it? Everybody wondering, how did it happen again? And is he dead? These children are kids. Everybody wondering how far they were from where the victims live. And I visit them, their houses. Inside my dream, I visit them. My spirit soaring high and high up over King Park, leaves the crime scene, travels further back till far before the shooting.
Okay, we're going even further back. We're about to figure out what's going on before. See, he's talking right now at the scene. He's looking at, all the people wondering where they lived compared to the guy that got shot. They're wondering all that stuff. So again, though, you can hear the music. The instrumentals have kind of slowed that tempo down again. But now we're about to go further back.
Crime scene travels further back till far before the shooting. Through their windows to their living rooms, I see them younger this time, playing games and doing homework. All these marks of youth.
Oh, now we're getting the instrumentals kind of picked up right there. You notice it's a little bit more passionate. It's going into, this person who was shot, it ain't just somebody to watch and wonder about. Like, this was a real person. This was a real person with a real life, They may have sat in their living room or on their computer like you are right now, or on their phone. They may have sat here and recorded a video like I am right now. Like, they were playing games. They were doing homework. They were doing all those things that we've done. They've got those shared experience. And so we ain't just talking about, just a random block.
So transform coldly into stone for fights and stupid feuds, for ruins wrapped in gold. And cruelly I recall why I have come to find the reason. But there cannot be a reason, not for death, not like this, not like this.
Y'all trip me out. Going back to the slow pace again? There's more song. Okay. We got this little interlude going on. I would imagine, one thing about this, StankDope told me there's not a video for this track, and so that's why I'm looking at this lyric video here. I couldn't find an official audio either. But one thing that really stands out to me is that, this would be so well with a video, because right here, looking over the scene and everything in this part, come on.
3 days later, they made funeral plans. The family. 3 days later, a mother had to bury her son. Not far away, the shooter holed up in a hotel near to the highway with the friend and the gun. That same gun.
Yeah.
He fled immediately, but was identified by witnesses. His picture on TV
so I gotta recap this just for my own thoughts. So we start off with this guy that's holed up in the room now. He shoots accidentally a kid at a bus stop who was innocent for something. It was a bullet that went stray. Then he runs back. You know, we went back, we looked at the kid's life and everything. We went back, and now we're looking at the scene. So he runs, he was good for a little while. Somebody alerts the police where he's at. They come in, they surround the hotel, arrest a friend who was there with him, and now he's holed up in a room, and they're trying to reason with him to get him to come out. Now his uncle's talking about forgiveness. Man, forgiveness is big too, for real. There ain't anything that you can do that can't be made better. I mean, there ain't anything that you've done that can't be made better. You know what I mean?
I felt it slip through the door. I could have entered the room. I felt the burden of murder. It shook the earth to the core. Felt like the world was collapsing. Then we heard him speak. Can I still get into heaven if I kill myself? Can I still get into heaven if I kill myself?
I'm not shocked this is where that went. Like, honestly, I mean, he's talking about, and that's the thing, that's the distinction between what I said right there. There's nothing too bad that you've done, but you can always do bad moving forward after you find that answer. And that right there, I mean, that's the problem with killing yourself. Like, that's the final thing you're gonna do, you know?
Can I ever be forgiven? Cause I killed that kid. It was an accident, I swear it wasn't meant for him. And if I turn it on me, if I even it out, can I still get in? Or will they send me to hell? Can I still get into heaven if I kill myself? I left the hotel behind, so I don't know how it ends.
Yeah. Is that the end? Alright, so that was a lot of dispute with King Park. Man, another deep one, another story. I mean, we ended right there, dude talking about, hey, I didn't mean to do that, I made this mistake. But now, you know, talking, there's nothing you can't come back from, you know, no mistake. You gotta accept some punishment sometimes. But like, there's no mistake you can make that you can't come back from. Whether you're talking about, you know, finding that salvation for forgiveness, whether you're talking about in the world, you know, serving that sentence, moving past things, man, that right there, but that's too real. Like, how often have you done something wrong, something bad, maybe not murder, but like something bad, and it just seems easier to go hide from it and then be done with it, man. That's how so many people end up, you know, pushing themselves towards suicide and stuff like that, is because, you know, they do this thing and it just seems like they can't come back from it. Once again, a lot of dispute. I mean, they've hit me with some serious storytelling in this, and I'm 100% about this. Like, that track right there, like, I love how they tell the stories. I love how it always comes through. There's always that positive message that you can glean from it, or at least, you know, that negative example that you can pull an actual story and reason from. And, you know, this one right here, to me, I mean, this is something that so many people need to hear, because how many people, you know, do something and feel like they can't come back from that? You can always come back from anything. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know where we go next, what else you want to hear me react to from La Dispute. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a minute. Appreciate StankDope for suggesting this. Again, shout out to my patron StankDope. If y'all want to become a patron, head on over. The Patreon link is in my About Me section. It's probably in the description of this video below as well. If y'all want to get on Patreon and access some of that stuff. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Hope you're staying safe and taking care. I'm DJ AlphaTyler, and I will catch y'all next time.